It's the Daily Comedy News with your host, Mark Pires. Join us for breaking headlines and all kinds of comedy shenanigans. Brought to you by The Beat Seat. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. We've got an action-packed show for you. Day 1941 in a row. We're here on our way to 2,000 days in a row, just 59 days, so make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications. We're here every day twice, and we do the news in the morning, but we take a little bit of a comedy spin on it. We're gonna take a look at what's going on. Apparently, TikTok has to be sold. The bill has been passed by Congress. What does that mean to you? It means that apparently the president is the last person to take a look at it, and I'm pretty sure you know what he's going to do. We're dealing with, I believe, a situation where they're trying to stop one of the only platforms they can stop where people speak freely. And that's exactly what's happening here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after another one that starts with a C, ends with an R next. I did get notifications from them maybe about 5 months ago when this started to get really crazy, saying, hey, we're going to start getting strict with our content too. So if you're one of these people who does this, be careful, because I think that's next. They're going after anybody and everybody who has a voice. They're able to control it, as you know, here on YouTube and other channels. You've probably never seen me before, and that's very well designed. But welcome if you have found me. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications. Let's get into this story. What does the sell mean, and who's going to buy? I mean, maybe Elon Musk is interested in buying TikTok as well. TikToks. Ooh, it's TikToks. TikToks with a big X at the end, and he double-decker owns both, you know? I'm thinking about, diversifying my investments, the X, I get, and I'll have the X, and then also, I'll also get, more. Because he's really a genius. Let's see, are we good with our volume today? I think we're good with our volume, but we're going to plug in something so we make sure we don't lose power. Sometimes that happens when we're live, and we're just not going to have it today. Let me see which one's low. Bang, biggity boo, be the right one. That has to be plugged into something if you want it to work. There's an actual wire I have here. This is it. We're going to take it and plug it into here instead, just so we can have ourselves some charger. Let's see if that's the right one. I think that's the one. It's always weaker. Yes! Is the U.S. banning TikTok, guys? Let's get into it. What the seller ban means. There's someone here who's doing a story on it. Should we listen to her? No, I don't really care. Let's see. We have a woohoo coming from Matt Zabrowski as well. For years, TikTok leadership tried to convince the United States that the popular social media app used by 170 million, Joanne, that's half the country. That's not a national security threat. I have to say, they're all a threat. They're run by the man. It lost its fight on Tuesday when the Senate passed the sell or ban TikTok bill, which overwhelmingly is done by bipartisan support. By the way, guys, when reading this bill, it covers all social media platforms over 500,000 users. So, they're all screwed here. This isn't just TikTok. Zabrowski, hit us with a woohoo. We're going to need it. Woo-hoo! So, what I read, I think it was over 500,000 or over 1 million users. Any social media platform is subject to them kind of putting their weight in. So this is just another way for them to get us to do things. Anybody who owns a social media platform is just going to feel more weight coming from the government to pull down different channels that are saying things they don't like. And we're living in a real weird world when we have the government, and it's not new, it's always been this way, but now it's just so clear if you're standing on the outside that everything is about one perspective and anything else is considered misinformation. It's like you can't have a conversation anymore. Conversations are considered misinformation now, apparently. It's like, you can only say this. Okay, where are we? So tucked into a $95 billion foreign aid package. It was tucked in, guys. The one where they gave more money to Ukraine. Where we have a border that's completely shot, but they gave $300 million to Ukraine to secure their border. Nothing for our border. That's good. We're doing great here. Another 95 billion out. Does anybody can we just find out how much money was, how much in COVID relief was sent out of the U.S.? $5 trillion, guys. I just want to read this quickly. This was back in 2022. Someone nailed it. And at the Times, of all places. Stimulus bills approved by you freaking bastard. You got to pay me to read my stories. Your stories are crap. We're going out of the time. We don't need the Times. You got to pay firewall. You got to paywall on your stupid freaking channel. Nobody likes your news channel anymore anyway. The Times, right? I think we have to go deeper. Johnny Deeper. Who remembers that joke when we were kids? $4.6 trillion to help the nation to respond, recover from the CV-19 pandemic. That was a real good time in history, guys. We don't talk about that anymore right now. Ukraine. Everything's about Ukraine. The day they were like, yeah, it didn't work. Everybody got the sieve after they got 9,647 bugaboos. They're good. Keep it going. Get another one. This one's good. This one's going to work, though. This one covers all. And then you got that person comes out there, half their face is just like not moving anymore. It's like, I got another. I'm good. The long-threatened TikTok ban is now here with the clock starting once Biden wakes up and signs the bill into law. My Aunt Judy told me we got to stop people from talking about me. What? I'm sleeping while I'm here. Someone's moving my hand. Did you guys see this story we did? I don't know if we did this story. I don't know if I want to do this story. A lady walks into a banco. She goes into some bank, right? And she brings in a dead dude. Like, she was the caretaker of this guy who died like hours earlier, right? And she goes in to get like a car loan. And she's like trying to put the pen in the guy's hand. And the guy's clearly dead. He's just like laying there like... And it looks like either that or he's like in some weird, like, comatose state, right? And she's putting the pencil in his hand and she's going, lapis, right? And she puts the pencil in his hand and just falls right off the desk. She goes like this, it just falls right back off, but it's like weird, like jello. And she was arrested, for trying to have a dead man sign a car lease for her. Still can't believe that one. I don't know. I want to see it. It was terrible. Oh, goodness. Time has run out for TikTok, but just not yet, because legislation will likely face legal challenges from TikTok and its supporters. Right, guys? We're gonna fight this, because we can fight the... Right. Remember, you get it or you lose your job. TikTok could not immediately be reached for comment. On Saturday, the company issued a statement accusing lawmakers of jamming through a bill that tramples on free speech rights, harms American businesses, and threatens to shutter a platform that contributes billions of dollars to the U.S. economy. I have to say, Cambridge Analytica, we're all fine when Mark Zuckerberg is doing his thing, right? And he's out there making $70 billion and building an underground bunker in Hawaii. That's okay. We're good, right? But when it comes to some guy in Singapore who runs TikTok, and yeah, maybe ByteDance is like somehow connected in there. What the hell? G-Hole gets all the stuff anyway from Zuckerchooch. He gets it from everybody else. The only person who's keeping your data, potentially still doing something with it, but still keeping it, is X. Everybody else is like, yeah, here you go. They sell it. They sell it to China. Are you kidding me? They get calls all the time. It's President G-Hole. He's on the line again. Hi, G-Hole. Yeah, we have to sell TikTok. Did you hear about it? Yeah, you can't get your back door, into all the information that you were getting on all of the American citizens. And when Jellyfish was here and Charles Maestro, they all expected to have all of their information protected. And you just were the typical G-hole. Derek knew. No, I know that about Derek. Don't tell anybody, though. Derek, we'll keep your secret, you know. I know. Vlo Jones, Vjo Jones, and George Tooman. You remember when George Tooman tried to keep that one secret from you, G-hole? But you knew it. Yeah, just put it on the screen right now. Because everybody doesn't realize you have a back door to everybody's screen on TikTok. And you can just type things in as President G-hole. No, I know you're not really going by that name anymore. You're trying to keep it short. It's President G. But we all know you're a G-hole, you know? And you smell like one too, a dirty G-hole, you know? Like you were out there in the fields of China and you're working in the rice paddies, you know? All of a sudden you go in 7 hours it's 117 degrees out there, G-hole. And you come inside, no shower, you got a G-hole. I gotta go. God almighty. Guys, give me a minute. We're back. All right, hold on. Guys, we're doing it, you know? We're in the middle of the G-hole phone call. Sometimes I make phone calls, you know, to famous people. Tan, how are you? Paula McLennan in the house. Jerry Hayes is here with me. You know, it's a good day when we're starting with Benjamin, Will, Paula, and Jerry. And if you're out there, guys, welcome to the show. We're talking about it, the TikTok ban. But it's going to get better because President G-hole, he's going to say something to you guys here on TikTok, all of you. He has a little information that he wants you to know. So you get scared and then you have to try to, you're blackmailed at this point, you know. No, but I'm serious. Do you guys agree with me that all these social media companies sell our data? It's not like they hide it and they're selling it to anybody. They're pigs. They are pigs. Mark Zuckerberg, how much is he worth today? He's a pig. He sells our data. He doesn't pay his creators. He's a pig. All these people are pigs. And you're going to question TikTok? TikTok is actually making a successful app in this country where people can speak mostly freely. You know, you could say some things. 60% of things you can say on TikTok. But that's better than most other places. Like YouTube, you can only say 30% of things now. Isn't that crazy? It's YouTube 30. You got like Facebook's like 26. Just Facebook's the worst. We all hate it. Everybody hates Facebook. It's the new Friendster. Everybody's getting rid of Facebook. They're talking about it like that. It's Tom from MySpace. He's coming from the corner, you know, Mark Zuckerberg. Everybody saw him. And they were like, wait a second, how is an alien running this company that he stole from somebody, from twins? Harvard, you know, the Finkeldasses. You guys know about the, I can't. Oh gosh, the Finkeldash, whatever the hell their names are, you know, but guys, he stole it from them. And then he's an alien. He's got an adreno, you know, issue. And that head, right? You guys, when you look at Mark Zuckerberg, right? What do you think? He's so many names at this point. He's Mark Zuckerberg, Anyway, guys, you can tell I really love Mark Zuckerberg. He's a good guy. He's got a great platform over there. Been live there the longest. I've been live 1,941 days in a row, but I've been live 1,941 days in a row on Facebook. And still, like, nobody ever knows I'm live. That's because he's a Zuckerchooch. And when you speak and you have a voice and you don't have a script and you just tell people what's actually going on for 1,941 days in a row, you're Zuckerchooched. But welcome. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications. What do you guys think about the TikTok ban? I know, like, it seems like they're doing it for our well-being. They never do anything for our well-being in this country. Were you not here for the last 4 years? 5,000 years? It's never for the people. It's for the people in the pocket. There's some dead presidents they want to stick into their pockets. They're like, yay, I'm gonna protect you guys. You're really great. I really love my constituents. What's that? Yeah, sure, I'll take the bribe. You know, lobbyists. You're allowed to call like bribery lobbyists. It's lobby. This is the lobby, guys, you know. You have the food lobby, you've got the pharmaceutical lobby, you've got the I mean, everyone's a lobby at this point, right? You going down there, you're lobbying. You got someone's ear. How many of the people that are supposed to be, doing what's right for us are really doing what's right for us? The percentage I heard is like 98 to 99% are on the take, And by this, like I said, the take is you're being swayed by the lobbies instead of by your people. And we see it with people like that go into public office and then they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like, what? But anyway, when would ByteDance be forced to sell TikTok? Guys, the bill itself is nearly a year to divest TikTok, 9 months with the possible 3-month extension, far longer than the 6-month deadline the original House measure proposed, those freaking bastards. They want to stop you from speaking. We think in a year is an ample time to, you know what's going to happen before November. I'm not sure what's happening in November. There's something happening in November that I think they're going to want to have control over. Zuck is a bot. Cincy, I agree. He's a Zucker bot too. I forgot about that one. Thank you. Cincy gave us that one here on YouTube. Guys, subscribe, turn on notifications. Anyway, who's interested in buying TikTok? Well, the price tag will be eye-popping. TikTok's strategic value and consumer platform will have a number of financial and tech strategic players interested. Investor groups and major tech giants, including Microsoft, Apple, and Oracle, will consider bids. Oh, I wonder. So the ones that want to control all the other platforms, like Microsoft, isn't that the one who owns YouTube? Let's get them to own TikTok. That's a great idea, guys. So now we just have YouTube 2.0. They're doing half-hour videos now. It's going to be an hour soon. And they'll be like, yay, we're the next YouTube. But really, now we're owned by Microsoft. So it's just YouTube again. This is terrible. This is freaking monopoly stuff going on over here, guys. Former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful. I had my time with him on the show. I was on Shark Tank. If you didn't see it, it's on my YouTube channel. The initial public offering or spin-off of the two potential outcomes, I've said. Anyway, how would a TikTok ban work? It would prevent app stores like Apple and Google from distributing or updating TikTok or web hosting companies from distributing. The banning app won't necessarily stop TikTok fans from using it. In 2020, when India banned TikTok after an incident on the Chinese border, TikTok users found workarounds to circumvent the ban. Those strategies included using a VPN or changing your location on your phone to fool the app stores. Another option is sideloading. Downloading and installing a bootleg version of the TikTok app from the internet, but it carries a risk of downloadable malware. You guys, when you get G-hole coming in through the back door through your G-hole, with the malware. Where do Sleepy Joe's Poopy Pants and Donald J. on trial for the rest of his life Trump stand on the TikTok ban? Biden supports a for sale TikTok. I want to sell it. I got to get more diapers. My Aunt Judy told me to stop napping in the open. Joe, are you kidding me? I'm here when he sleeps over Joe. Sleepy Joe, he wants to sell TikTok. I want to run TikTok. I'm going to buy it with truth. Truth plus TikTok equals Trump rocks. I'm going to see it. I got a whole campaign. The strategy is on the roll already. I don't even know what it's talking about. The big issue for TikTok from a national security perspective is about the vast amount of information that the platform is able to collect about people. Can I ask you, what about Mark Zuckerberg and the vast amount of data that he collects on all of us people? And where is that data going, Cambridge Analytica? I don't know. Let's send it to G-hole. You got President G-hole. Smells like a G-hole. Guys, former President Donald J. Trump, while on trial in New York somewhere, he continues to be, every day there's a new trial, something else. Horse and Carriage, 1852. He's on trial for jaywalking tomorrow, Trump has changed his mind about TikTok. ByteDance could wait until the election is over because the party has control after November. And you know what? At the end of the day, he just wants people to be able to speak freely about who they support. And if you don't have a platform to do that, everybody's going to shift over to X. They think this is going to do something good. Like, we're going to control all of the data, the information. No, you're just going to push everybody over to X They're going to figure out how to take over the TikTok vibe, where it's more about videos, and there's going to be a whole separate thing. Trust me. It's already being done. It's Elon Musk. Are you kidding me? He's already got it all figured out. And TikTok will go down, and people will just shift over, and they'll go over to X, and they'll go over to Clap. You know, because that's a place, I think, where they still let you speak. Like I said, TikTok, you're at about 65% maybe. 65 to 70% of things that you want to say, you could say. You could go to X and say basically almost everything. 90%. They still will pull stuff down. If you say something and you go after someone, they'll pull it down. It's like hate speech or something. But in general, about 90% you're over there. People are saying some really freaking messed up stuff over there. But it's from both sides of the track, and it's freaking mental, the stuff that comes from the radicals. The radicals are out of their minds. The stuff they say is like, whoa. And you know, when you say stuff, that's like the stuff you'll act on. So anyway, I just hear other people like, oh, I hate the way the country's running. And other people like, I want you to burn in hell. And you're like, whoa, geez, what's going on with this guy's like mental state? You know? Oh, pink hair and earrings down to here. You know, he's walking around there attached to the nips. He's got that thing going, or the ears to, you know. It's a new look. And he wears the suspenders next to it. You guys. Look at this. Here's Elon Musk. In my opinion, TikTok should not be banned in the USA. You know, even though such a ban may benefit the X platform. Yeah, doing so is contrary to the freedom of speech. You know, expression. It's not what America stands for. You know, Elon Musk. Right. Anyway, that's my best Elon Musk impression. What do Americans think about a TikTok ban? The American public remains divided, do they? Yeah, the people who don't want you to speak. And then the people that are like, yeah, we should be able to speak. You know, those people are like, shut the hell up. You go do you with all the other crap platforms that you made crap because you have all this control and you don't want anybody to say anything except for that one thing you said we can say. You know, it's so bad. Like, Fidel is coming back, I swear, walking down the street in Washington with the stupid hat on. You know? And Emilio Revenga. What? Revenga! I told you. Gosh almighty, Scarface reference. Sometimes you bring it back. Sometimes you bring a Scarface reference back, you know. Hey, Manny. You told him you was a horse, man. Okay? They let you in. You're letting everybody in these days, you know? Like, hey, what you got, man? What you got at Pentano? Okay, man. You come on in, man. You go to that community. You go to that community. We'll go to New York, LA, Chicago. We're going to set our own mark and enforce it. All right? Scarface is back. His 2024 version. I think I probably got an Elgato. Or let's just see. I don't want to check. No Elgato. J.E. in the house. Freedom Growers here. My brother. Oh, buddy. Look at what I just built. I got to show Freedom. Freedom. I just built this. I'm going to be dropping the video just so you guys know it's basically done. It's going to be done. You have to hear this puppy. I just dropped. Okay, so I built this and the entire thing was filmed. So now I have it and I'm going to be showing it to you guys. Oops. And it's really cool because I set it to all my music, and so I have all these cool songs that are going to be going on my next album, and so now everything's together. But check this out. I've been asking Leisure for a while, and Freedom Grower, hold on a minute. I've been asking Freedom Grower for a while to see if we can do like a jamaroo, because now there's this new thing on Zoom where you can go live together. And so the only thing we have to do, brother, is you have to tune to 432 hertz. And if you haven't started doing that yet, and this is for Turtle Shell, my brother, who's also here this morning. If you haven't, and my proper mic is going to be here in a little while, and tonight it's going to sound insane when I get this thing up. If you haven't changed your tuning over to 432 hertz yet, do so for your music, okay? It is the most beautiful, I mean, just listen. You never come back down. 432 for life. Turtle knows. It is insane, and everything I play now sounds better. The D chord just sounds, just listen to a D chord. It's like, what? It rings. Where typically a D chord is harsh. Everything's so much better. Another pick I built. So, if you haven't, I dropped, seen this yet, I dropped 10 days in a row of music when I was away. So every day there was a new song. Oh man, the stuff that's been happening here has been pretty wild. And I'm working on that song that I was just playing. That's being worked on. It's part of this 54-minute total build of that amplifier where you see me basically rip apart. You didn't get to see me rip apart the Mesa. That's the only thing I wish I filmed, was seeing me rip this whole thing, could unscrew it and do all this stuff. But the build and all of it, it's pretty cool. There's going to be about 4 or 5 of my songs that just run you through the entire build, which is cool. And then there's like lots of, I don't know, I'm really enjoying putting it together. I'm about 28 minutes in and it's 53 minutes long. So I'm just scoring the music right now. And once I get through that, I'll be probably uploading that maybe today. I hope so. And if it's not for a full watch, it's going to be in segments because it's kind of cool. It like leads you in and you want to continue to see where it goes. So I'm not sure how I'm going to drop it yet, but I can't wait to see. What does the drop D tuning sound like in a 432? That's a good question, J.E. I'll have to try that. I never dropped D, but I'll do that tonight when we go live. Just remind me. And so basically, that's what we have going on in the world today. TikTok is going to probably be banned. I mean, at the end of the day, that's their goal, is to control the voice. And they don't want people to have a voice. They want people to only echo one message. And that is the truth. Everything else is misinformation. So if you are one who says anything that's different than what's actually being spoken in the news, then you are very much at risk if you haven't already been sidelined in the process. But I just will remind you, I'm here every day, and if you could subscribe, turn on all notifications, and remind people that we're here, that'd be appreciated. And we're going to continue to rock out, write music, and have fun. I'm also going to be dropping, like I said, the 17th album is coming out, but I think I'm going to do this one a little different. So I'll talk to you guys about that a little bit more later on. I have the songs clearly ready. I've got 30 or 40 songs I could put out the next 3 albums right now. But I've been kind of slacking on doing that. So it's happening soon, but it's not going to be what you think. That's all I'll say. All right. I will see you guys a little later. Please do me a favor. Go out there and kick some butt. If you can, make some money today. And if you ever need any assistance in the real estate market, whether it's buy or sell in Connecticut or New York or anywhere in the country, I can help you. All it costs you is just a little DM to me, and that's it. It doesn't cost you anything, actually, for the service of me finding you an agent. And if that does happen, then you'll be in good hands. You're going to pay the same amount as you would for the person you go and seek out yourself. and somehow it benefits the show at the end of the day, but it doesn't cost you anything. So anyway, that's my spiel on that. Going over to my new office, I go walk to, which is amazing. I'm so pumped to be here in Fairfield and not having to drive 40 minutes to go to my office. I'll probably be going live from the office for a little bit of a vertical to talk about the market. Been trying to do that on a daily when I can, so stay tuned. And like I said, that build, the amp, you don't want to miss that. It's, I mean, the amp is freaking ridiculous. Look how beautiful it is. Check out the photo just in case you missed this. If you missed last night's show, I popped up one picture so you can see it as the, I'll just show you better. This was yesterday's picture. This is it. Look at that. That's marbled flame maple ridiculousness. And it looks like better than the factory could ever make. I mean, look. When you invented the only drum in the world for guitar players, you get pretty good at things when it's coming to wood. And now we have the channel Mark Has Wood, so make sure you subscribe to that as well. And I will see you guys later. Turtle, my brother, thanks for popping in again, buddy. You're awesome. J.E. Varela in the house. You're awesome. Freedom, we're doing it. We're going to jam it in. It's way better now to Zoom, etc. Yeah, let's do it. Let's totally do it, buddy. Cincy, you run, Tan, Paula, Jerry, and anybody else that's out there. Benjamin, Will, thank you for popping in. I will see you guys later. Part 2. You gotta go away.